The third question is, doesn't Pollock apply this political philology to theories such as Aryan invasion or the politicizing missionaries or the Afro Dalit projects?
I'll go to the third one.
Okay, the third one. Doesn't Pollock apply this political philology to theories such as Aryan invasion or the proselytizing missionaries or the Afro Dalit?
He would apply it to Aryan invasion, but not to the proselytizing, because he'll apply it where it suits him. If he applies it to the Aryan invasion, he'll say these dominant Aryans, the politics was to dominate and conquer and destroy the indigenous people, the Dravidians, and then create all this new Hinduism stuff and all that. So political philology would fit the Aryan theory of domination. Now, on the other hand, if I were to say, well, let's apply this political philology to the dominant church, because they are the multinational, the largest multinational the world has had in the last 1,000 years. Church is the largest multinational. If you look at how much property they have, is more than any other corporate entity. Although if you look at worldwide property, if you look at how many evangelists there are, it's more than the sales force of any company. If you look at the trillions of dollars, it's more. So they are the number one, and they've been around for more than 1,000 years. So if you want to apply political philology to deconstruct them, I mean, that would be something that these guys don't want to do. They don't want to do that. So they're taking particular issues, framing it in a way that suits their ideology, and not other issues because it would not suit their ideology. So the problem the questioner has raised very nicely is that this business of political philology is being applied very selectively where it suits them. You could apply political philology where Hindus are being discriminated against. You could do it in Kashmir, in Pakistan, in Bangladesh. You could say, let's apply political philology and see who's being oppressed and who's dominant, who has the power. But that's not the kind of thesis you will see in South Asian studies in this country. Conferences. One of the units is called South Asian Studies, and they have a few panels. It was always about Hindus being the bad guys. But there was not a single one on what happened to the Hindus as the underdogs in Pakistan, although it says South Asian and Pakistan part of that. And in the year 2001, after 9/11, because it happened in September, the American Academy of Religion conference was in November. I wrote to the president and the vice president, an Indian at that time, an Indian lady at that time, saying that this year we ought to have a panel on Taliban. And they said, no, we can't, no, we can't, because they didn't want to be accused of Islamophobia. I said, if your group is called Religion in South Asia, probably the most important religious thing in South Asia that has happened right now is Taliban. The world ought to know, you are the scholars, you should be deconstructing that, analyzing that. And they didn't want to touch it, you see, because for them it's more important to have a panel on some, that 4 nuns got raped somewhere, which didn't even happen later on, we found out. Or some, Brahmin did this to somebody. So they're always into that kind of a sensational, what I call Hinduphobia. And where Hindus are the victims, I don't see the same interest from their side.